afternoon here in England. I've got my good friend Roberto Monaco here with us today. And
what's up, Zoe? What's up, everybody?
Hey. We've got some questions for you. So we've got an exciting event coming up with Roberto here with the UCA in September. So 17th of September, you guys are in the know before everybody else. And I can't wait for you to come and speak to the UCA members. I've had the privilege of seeing you at a number of different events, and honestly, like, you inspire me so much, and I just love it. I thrive listening to you every single time. So
thank you so much. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to spend this time with you here, and also to serve the UCA members coming up in September. So I'm super excited.
Oh, I just can't wait. So we're going to fire away with some questions. I think it's always amazing to hear just why you love working with chiropractors. Why are you passionate about working with them?
Perfect. A lot of people here in America know my story. Some people in Europe know. Some people don't know. I think it's important for me to create a context. So I met my wife 11 years ago. And when we started dating, we knew we were going to get married. We knew we were going to have a family. And my wife at that time stopped taking birth control pills. And she goes, okay, I want to get my period back. I want to have a baby eventually. And for 1 year, her period never came back. And we went to 4 MDs, and they're saying things like, made no sense to us. Go back to the pill, stop doing yoga, which my wife loves to do yoga. Some things are not connecting. And at that time I was coaching a doctor here, Dr. Criseno. And he said, hey, go see a chiropractor. I remember I was living in San Diego then, going to San Diego, Dr. Ryan Hamill's office, and doing an x-ray, me and my wife. And we realized she had two huge subluxations, and we started chiropractic care. And Zoe, was amazing. The first year, we both felt amazing. We both were sleeping better, but took 3 years for her period to come back. And I remember 3 years, because healing takes time. And I remember specifically December 24th, 5 years ago, I wake up in the morning one day in San Francisco. I was hanging out there on vacation, and was her mom, my wife and I. My wife is sleeping, and my wife wakes up, goes to the bathroom, come back, and I open the door. She's bawling, crying, and we hug. I say, what happened, honey? She goes, I got my period. And I'm like, are you sure? She goes, I'm sure. And we literally hug it out. And then fast forward, she got pregnant. And then we had so many amazing chiropractic friends, and they told us, hey, you have to watch this movie, The Business of Being Born. By the way, if you haven't watched it, go to Netflix. It's amazing. It's an amazing movie about natural birth. And my wife like, I'm going to have a natural birth. It's like, okay, no problem. And then what happened was we found a birth center in San Diego, and August 2nd, which is 4 years from yesterday, my wife went to this labor, 22 hours. By the way, ladies, you're superheroes, not men, women are. Want to be clear? I seen it. And after all this time, my wife and I, we had baby Sophia. And when Sophia was born, she had amniotic fluid in her lungs. And the 2 midwife nurses said, listen, in California law, once you're born, you have 12 hours. Once you're born to go, after 12 hours, either the mom and the baby are healthy and you can go home, or you're going to go to the hospital. Right. And she was born at 10:16 p.m. And it was like 5 a.m. I'm like, man, I don't want to go to the hospital. Obviously, if I had to, I would go, but that's why we're in a natural birth center. And I remember picking up my phone, and I called my chiropractor, Dr. Ryan Hamill, and say, hey, are you awake? Can you come here? And he texts back, I was waiting for that. And he literally, and I have pictures one day, I showed this, oh, it's amazing. He came in 5:30, put Sophia down. She's 8 hours old. And my wife and I were just watching. And he goes, yeah, she's subluxated on her atlas. Adjust her once. Wait 3 minutes. Adjust her again. And like a movie. Dr. Ryan gets Sophia, gave it to my wife. And Sophia went like this, threw up, the amniotic fluid was stuck in her lungs, and gave the most beautiful baby cry. I look at Dr. Ryan to my right, and he couldn't believe it. He was crying. He goes, did you see the power of chiropractic? You see the power of innate? And at that day, instead of going to the hospital, went back home. And that's why I work for chiropractors, because so many other families need to understand the benefit of chiropractic. Now Sophia is 4. She just turned 4 yesterday. And she's a healthy baby, never took one aspirin. She has been under chiropractic care since 8 hours old. My wife takes her every week. So
Wow.
I have the biggest testimony. So that's why my wife and I, we are an advocate for chiropractic, and we love the chiropractic community. So that's why we do it.
That is so powerful. And I've heard that story before, and it gets every time. It's incredible.
There's more to it. There's more to it. I will share during the UCA event, but that's why for us, for me, this is not professional, it's a mission. Because a lot of and the crazy part about this whole journey, in the birth center, we had to take this class for natural birth.
Oh, really?
They recommend us for the class was 8 weeks every Wednesday evening. There's 10 couples, right?
Yeah.
10 couples that chose to go to that route, and only one dad, one mom, and one baby was being adjusted, which was my family. And I always ask Kairos why, why is that? And usually they go, well, it's lack of communication. I say, okay, I'm not a chiropractor. My background is communication, is speaking, training. So let me help you. So that's why we're here today in this podcast.
Oh, that's why we love you so much, because you're on that Chiro mission. You're a true
100%.
So in your journey with working with chiropractors, what have you learned from the top chiros? Because you work with people from around the world. What are the big take homes for you?
So I think some take homes is that the top, when I say top, I'm talking about people who create the practice that they want to create. They help a lot of people. They have because everybody has their own definition of success, but people who serve a lot of people, I think they're amazing doctors, and also they're amazing communicators and marketers. And for some aspect of the industry, for some portion, I think some chiropractors, they don't like to put the marketing hat and the speaking hat. It's more like their mindset is, if I'm just a good doctor, then I'm going to have this amazing practice. It's just hard. And I always tell them, why the biggest corporations on the planet, Apple, Walmart, Coca-Cola, why they always marketing? Because you have to. And the idea is that even what I learned, the best doctors, I'm talking about all over the world, they're amazing doctors, and it's not they also spend time to develop their marketing skills, develop the communication skills. And for them, for example, I work with a doc that when I started working with him, he was seeing 2,400 people a week. It's an office in Houston, right? Wow. Dr. Zeno, him and two other docs. And he was doing these talks. He goes, man, I want to get better 5%, 10%, right? So what happens with someone who sees 2,000 or 1,500 get better? It's 10% better. So it's the mindset of continuously growing and develop the marketing muscle, communication muscle. And I love that. I love it because I personally, in my career, and I didn't share this, I work for Tony Robbins. I know in Europe, Tony does events there too.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Now he does the virtual events everywhere as well, 20,000 people. And I done 4,500 presentations, a lot of speaking, and thousands of videos. And I still, every day, I work on my communication skills. So we all can improve. We always can take our storytelling, our influence skills, our communication skills to the next level.
Totally. And it's such an area of growth, I think. And people do need to find their voice. It's so important. If we're going to get the chiropractic message out, we've got to have a voice. We've got to, that's 100%. The most powerful thing we've got right now. Exactly. And there's so many people to do it.
And plus now, Zoe, I feel like, I grew up, I'm 50. I'm going to be 51 now in August. When I went to school in Brazil, I was telling my wife that day, when I graduated, I didn't have a computer to write my thesis. I had to borrow the bank's mainframe computer to do it. My first cell phone, I was 32. So things have changed, right? So now think about it. And then some people like, I can relate to this, right? And now with your phone, smartphone, and you have a free camera, you have free platforms, you have free everything that you can use. Like you said before, you find your voice and you communicate your voice. And I always have a saying that goes like this: if you don't share your story, the marketplace will create one about you, right? So it's always, as a chiropractor, the top ones, they're always saying yes to presentation communication opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so good. So what's like the last year, like with everything with lockdown and the new environment that we're living in, what's that really taught you as well?
Well, that was a big lot of lessons that I took personally,
Mm,
because in my business as a coaching training company, we had a lot. So I had my own events that I do a lot of my events. I go to a lot of other people's events to speak. My clients work with me because they do events,
mm,
and eventually I went from like 100% to like boom, stop everything. Like a lot of businesses. I'm not right.
yeah.
And so and before, here's the mindset I explained. Before, let's say, I used to have this amazing chocolate ice cream. Right? I was like, hey, here are my live events. Go do a talk. And then I developed also a different flavor, which is
Yeah.
strawberry ice cream. Now we have both. And I think, like, for the chiropractor, which is the digital marketing, the virtual presentation,
Mm,
for a lot of chiropractors, their mindset was, well, I do my dinner the doctor, I do my outside talk, I do my patient orientation class. That is, quote unquote, the
mm,
traditional chocolate ice cream, right? But we have to become good and develop the muscle also to be able to do virtual presentations. For example, 2 weeks ago, I was part of this virtual lunch and learn. One of my clients invited me, and I went like undercover, and he was doing a virtual lunch and learn for a company, and I just went in the Zoom, watched it. There was 30 people. He got 10 patients, right? How awesome is that? Didn't have to
awesome.
bring food, didn't have to drive. He was doing from his office. So there's a
Yeah.
whole new wave. And some people think, well, Roberto, that's going to end because of the lockdowns when everybody
Mm,
comes back normal. And I'm telling you, please listen to me. Please listen to me. If you look any HR research, any
mm,
study, you're going to discover this. You're going to discover there is a huge portion of the workforce all over the world that's going to
yeah.
be still working from home, regardless if there's no pandemics, everything is good. Regardless. Why?
Mm,
Three drivers. Number one, companies save money, right?
yeah.
They have smaller offices. Two, productivity is the same or higher because people want to work hard, work from home because, hey, you know what? I want to be working from home, and employees are happier. So that's the
Yeah.
trend. So if
Wow.
you don't catch up with that, the Kairos like, well, I'm gonna wait. You're just missing a huge opportunity. So my mindset, that's the same mindset that I adopted, that encourage all the Kairos to adopt it. Now you offer two flavors. Hey, do you wanna come to my patient orientation class in the
Yeah.
office? Perfect. You don't want to do it for some reason? Let's do online. You want to do a
Mm,
virtual corporate talk in your company? Oh no, you guys are work from home? Perfect. Let's do virtually. And that is the future of the communication and training business, and we have to become good at it.
yeah. Oh, I completely agree with you. I think it's the people that have really stepped forward with that change have been thriving,
Mhm.
and Zoom's now like a common thing in most households. So you've
Yeah,
got to adapt to the times. Like there's definitely an element of convenience that's been born out of all of this with
oh, for
having things
sure.
from your own home. Yeah. So people aren't necessarily going to change. It is, like you say, having those two flavors.
Yeah, and
Um,
plus the mindset too. I think the minds. If you think about the mindset of your audience, has
yeah.
changed too. I mean, a year and a half ago, if you say, "Well, let's do a patient orientation class online webinar," people are like, "No, no, I don't want to do it. It's crazy. No, no, no."
Yeah.
But now they'll be like, "Well, I don't have to drive. I don't be on traffic. I can bring my husband here, watch. Oh, yeah, I'll do it. It's easier."
Yeah.
The quote unquote the pandemic train your audience to watch videos, to listen
Mm,
to webinars, to go to Zoom meetings. You're already trained. So
yeah.
it's our job to go
Absolutely.
and deliver an amazing presentation.
Yeah. I love it. So what are you going to be bringing to the UCA?
So first of all, I'm so excited to be speaking at the
What are you going to be bringing to the UCA?
UCA. I'm so pumped. So we're going to talk about, it's going to be a 4-hour training, and I'll be talking about three major areas, right? And the whole outcome of the training, the goal of the training is to help you guys to communicate virtually and get more patients. That's the idea. The outcome is to have the right
Mm,
tools to be able to do talks, virtual lunch and learns, webinars, patient orientation classes for you to get more patients. So how we're going to do it? Here's the how. The training is going to have three
mhm,
parts. Part number one, I like to talk about the messenger. Right? The messenger is you, the
mhm,
doctor, your psychology. So we're going to help you For some doctors, sometimes the experience may be fear, maybe uncertainty, maybe doubt, maybe karma shyness. We're going to flip that into unstoppable confidence. That's the first M, the messenger. The second M is about the message. So I want to share with you what I learned almost 20 years doing this. My formula to build persuasive talks. So I'm going to give you a template, not only for you to build your talks, but I'll give an example for you to do a virtual lunch and learn. It's awesome. Ready to go. So plug and play. You put a little content, a little story, it's going to be good to go. All right? I want to do the work for you. And the third part, so we have the messenger, the first M. The second M is the message, what you're going to say, how you're going to say it. And the third M is marketing, right? We have to embrace marketing. We have to embrace Zoom presentations. You have to embrace one-on-one videos. You have to embrace live streaming. You have to embrace those technologies. And I'm going to cover that in our workshop.
I love it. Sounds so good. So good. I'm excited. Well, I can't wait for the 17th of September. And you're going to be doing a few more videos for us as well, just to touch more on those points. Yep, but it's going to be such an awesome event. And I'm so grateful to have you as a voice within the chiropractic world. Really am. And everything that you're doing. So
thank you so much.
So much.
If people want to register for the class, where do they go?
So the event link will be up on the UCA website very, very soon, and it will be hitting inboxes in the News and Views email. So just keep an eye on that. It's going to be coming out this week. So all you have to do is just hit the link to register with Ticket Taylor, and you will be in for the masterclass.
Awesome. Zoe, thanks so much. I appreciate all the support, all the love. Can't wait to meet you guys. We have a beautiful day. Don't speak to inform, speak to transform, and I see you guys in September. Hi, Dr. Linia. Say, go, Roberto. Thank you. All right. Guys, take care. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Roberto. We'll see you.